What is it? Beat correct. What's good, everybody?
How we doing? How we feeling? I'm making some more tea over here. I need it today. I'm exhausted. Look at this hair. That's the hair. That's the hair of somebody that is exhausted. That's the cowlick of exhaustion. In case you guys have never seen the cowlick of exhaustion, that's what it looks like. Yep, Stained is definitely taking a nap. Definitely taking a nap today. Stained is now officially known for his naps. I don't know if the tea is ready or not. I definitely smell something burning, and that's disconcerting. The cowlick of exhaustion is a legendary weapon for real. How many hit points? Trying to think of the sleepiest number. What's the sleepiest number? I feel like a cowlick kind of looks like a 7. I'm going to give it a 7 hit points. No! Oh, no! Oh, that's a bummer. That right there is a bummer. That's a bummer. I definitely the T tag went in. I don't know what you guys call that, the tag that's attached to it. But it definitely went into the brink. Okay. I am the sleepiest number. I'm also the sleepiest number. I'm telling you guys, dude, the COVID fog is real, and it is really making me sleepy. I went to bed last night at 9:30. What? You know, the last time I went to sleep at 9:30, I think I was 7 years old. Are you kidding me? 9:30, that's a wild time to go to sleep. All right, let me go drop in general. We're live with some Sonic. At chat. Come on in. Let's find a Sonic GIF. Probably going to play some God of War and lurk the stream. You are all good, Stain. Now that we're talking about sleep, though, that sounds better. Did you get some more sleep last night? Did you go to sleep at a more responsible time? Not better, but not terrible. Jealous, I'm skipping the volunteer appreciation event at my church tonight to play some God of War. What better way to be appreciated than to get to play some video games, right? Got up at a disrespectful time? What time is that? What time did you wake up this morning, Stain? I do officially have the games for Impact officially downloaded, so we'll be playing them over the next several weeks. Endling, Hindsight, and I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Anytime before 7 is disrespectful, but you're up at 5:30. Man, 5:30 is a sleeping in. Sounds delightful. Our baby has not yet adapted. We were really hoping that she would start sleeping a little bit. Nope. Kids are old enough for me to sleep normally now. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that. Sounds like bliss. Sure, it has its own selection of challenges, but just being able to go to sleep and wake up at a normal time sounds really nice. Sounds real nice. We're going to play some Sonic Frontiers today. I'm finally getting to play this stinking game. I love Sonic, you guys, and I have not been able to play this game because I really wanted to save the first reaction for here on Checkpoint Stream. So you're welcome. I suffered for you. I suffered. I endured this for you. My oldest sleeps in more than I do. It's really weird. I definitely slept in longer than my parents for a long time. But my parents are actually pretty early risers. Not my mom as much as my dad. I'm going to try to get this tea bag out of here without burning myself. Ha! Yeah, so hot. All right, well, that's out of the way. We'll see how many cups of tea we get through today. Legit dropping right now. I am having some Irish breakfast tea. I thought about making some of my my special D&T. T&T. What's up, Weesh? How we doing? Pog you live. Pog you, no, and also to you, Weesh. Two days in a row, we're going to get spoiled, Weesh. All right, let's get into some Sonic Frontiers, yeah? I don't have anything extra. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I was supposed to announce or other exciting things that are going on. We just announced the Game Awards bracket. If you want to find that over on our YouTubes, it now exists. And with your spirit. Good morning, lovely people. So yes, the Game Awards bracket is officially live. If you want to go fill out your bracket, you can always join the Discord. We'll have an event page there until the night of, where we'll do some live reactions there and figure all that good stuff out. But if you'd like to enter in, that is where the bracket information is. We'll give you until December 7th to enter that. And when you win, assuming you are the winner, you will get a $25 gift card to your gaming service. And more importantly, drastically more importantly, you will also get the status, the role, the ability, the acclaim of the ultimate gamer of 2022. Now, you can't be the greatest gamer because that role has already been claimed by myself. I'm the greatest gamer of every year. But the ultimate gamer is still up for grabs and will be assigned December 8th at the Game Awards. So if you want to be the ultimate gamer, then that's your night. That's the time. Now, last year I think we had 13 entries, and I would love to see us get even more this year. So super, super proud of the fun that we had last time, and I think we can do even better this year. I believe in us. I believe in a thing I love. But yes. Looking at last year, let's see. We had B-Surfer, Zando, Buchanan and Buish tied for third, Splash Force in fourth, Carl and I at fifth, Stained Glass in sixth, Alice at seventh, Christina and Danny tying for eighth, Perry at ninth, and Out of Sense at 10th. So the challenge is there. Why is Twitch so bad? What's Twitch doing to you? What's it messing up right now? Is there any other exciting stuff going on? We did have a passive-aggressive message on YouTube. We reached a new milestone of 30,000 views. And it says, your videos are getting so much interest and playtime. And I don't know why I read that in that tone. Won't let me share my 19-month streak. It also won't let me use a Prime sub for the past 3 months. What? Twitch. As I'm literally talking about our YouTube channel. We did have a message yesterday that I want to figure out if I should respond to and how I should respond to. But we had somebody that was that wrote us in Portuguese. Portuguese is a language, is it not? Portuguese is a written language, spoken language. Well, either Espanol or Portuguese, or however you might say it in their native tongue. Yes, it's a language. I thought so. I was second guessing myself. I feel like I remember there was it Portuguese or what was it that I put it into Google Translate and I understood roughly what they were saying, so we're all good there. But I thought about like reversing back to them. So I may reach out to you, Buish, if I choose to respond with just kind of a pleasantry of like, thank you for watching our video. That's not in your language. But yeah, there were like the 6 conjugations in Spanish, right? And the 5th one, that was like the usted. No, it wasn't usted. Was it usted or is or something? That was the one that was Portuguese. Am I wrong? Am I thinking of something else? I definitely remember those 6 conjugations, and one of them was for a specific location. But I don't know if that's what Portuguese was or if that's another derivation. Derivation? Derivation? What's the word, man? Of Espanol. May have been Portuguese. That's all that I remember. I mean, just like, it's one of those things. I took so much Spanish, but it's so gone. It's so far from me now. But I remember that chart of the 6 conjugations. Like, I remember it every single time. So, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I feel like that's it. I feel like we're going to get in some Sonic. Who's played Sonic so far? Should we drop a quick creator dashboard poll? Let's see what we're feeling. Who's played Sonic? Who has not? New poll. Have you played Frontiers? Yes. No. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. We only need 2, don't we? Or we'll start that. Whoopsie. No votes. See what kind of feel we get. What's a Sonic? Is that a new IP? Yeah. New guy. He's blue. Crazy. So weird. He's a hedgehog, but he doesn't look like one at all. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get into it. Oh, the art book. I could also play the art book. Oh, I forgot about that. Do you guys want to see my MLG gameplay with my controller there? Uh-oh. It'll never stick. No, it probably won't work. Probably won't work. Let's take our charity away here. We've already done this. And good morning. There we go. And let's see. Hopefully it'll just capture full screen. Lord willing and the creek don't rise, huh? Let's pause spoofy. Let's see if it just does it. It did it! All right, let's see. So have I done the extras? Because I understand if you don't claim these, Lord help you. I obviously want the Sonic Adventure 2 shoes. We'll see what that volume looking like. Negative 30, that's pretty low. That's pretty low volume. Can you guys hear okay? Yeah, let's go for normal. Let's see. Select the settings. I mean, I'm pretty used to Sonic games, but I've also heard that it can get a little out of hand. Let's go for it. I've been waiting on this game for so long, you guys. I am the Eggman. What's up, Love Thy Nerd? Welcome in. Perfect timing. You're right at the beginning of the game.
What is up, Love Thy Nerd? Thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bringing in the heat.
What's good, everybody? Get rated. What's up, Frost? What's up, Wandering Knight? How we doing? We are just starting Sonic Frontiers. I'm a long-time Sonic fan, and I have been thinking about this game for so long. But I got the vid, and I'm finally getting to play it a week late. I was going to play it last Tuesday.
It's all coming online. The ancient secrets will be mine.
Interesting Eggman voice. Uh-oh. Been addicted to New World lately. I'd love to talk more about that.
Simulations complete.
We played some New World right when it first came out.
Initiative.
No! No!
Oh no! He's in the computer. Oh yeah, Stain, I don't know if you're going to be able to shout out Love Thy Nerd, but Buish might be able to. I think it's a mod thing. It's improved a lot. Well, good to know.
Coming up, Starfall Islands.
There we go. Let's shout him out. Look at him. Look at that little swine up floating in the sky. Swine up, floating in the ocean. Oh, wow. This music reminds me of something. I do love it. Nice and orchestral. Uh-oh. No, not the tornado. Blasting off again. Yes, they spell woe correctly. You just started, Frost? Oh, hey, thank you for the follow, Blocker J. Appreciate you. I'd be a mob, but I don't want responsibilities. Only power! Unlimited power. Oh, we're right in it, huh? Okay, all right. Hello, good morning. Hello, yes, this is fine. Use that to move around. But I don't see that key. If you're using a controller with an analog stick, Sonic will walk or run depending on how much the analog stick is tilted. Okay, very normal. Pressing RT will have Sonic boost in the same direction he's moving. I can boost. Wow! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, we're fine. Wow! Got that red ring. Kabam! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Stay straight, straight and narrow. Wow! You've definitely followed in the past, but I've seen a couple channels as unfollowed for some reason. Weird! Was it just gonna tell me how to jump? Uh-oh, hey, I saw that red ring. You can't hide from me. Let's see, homing attack. If a target cursor is shown on screen, do a homing attack with X. Ooh, that's different. Try attacking, okay. Sha, wah, ya, pachow. Oh no! I want that red ring. Nah, this music can get at me. I'm fine with that. Uh-oh. No, wrong way! No! Yeah! Oh, come on! How do I possibly get so high up? Can I home in on the red rings? Shaw! 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 No! Okay, see, I got that one, no problem, but I missed the third one. What am I gonna do? Oh, woo! Yeah! Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm the greatest gamer. It's the greatest gamer again! Well, welcome back, Blocker J. I'm probably not going to try again on streams, but let's be real, I'm going to be playing this game. I'm playing this game a lot. Do you guys like the little Xbox controller? Is that cute? Is that cute? I feel like it's cute. But that's the best part. Well, maybe I will then. I don't know. We'll just see. We only have so much time. So much time in the world. Oh, no. Look at those shoes, dude. Shining.
Tails? Amy?
Oh, his voice is so low. I'm so used to his high voice.
Tails? Tails? Amy?
Looks like I'm the only one who made it out of that. Whatever it was.
Mortal,
Ugh. Hello?
you have done the impossible. You have escaped cyberspace through your own power. You are the key.
Are you the gatekeeper?
Sure beats being called a rodent. Are you saying I can rescue my friends?
Find the Chaos Emeralds. Destroy the Titans. Tear down the walls between dimensions.
Is he nervous?
Yeah, okay, sure. How about a little context? Hello?
I don't know if I like the low voice. I literally just played Sonic Adventure 2 just to warm up. And it is different.
No
Ha, wait,
direction
that's
is better
cool.
than none. Here we go.
All right. That's Knuckles' job, right? Whoa, okay. Go to options to change settings such as camera angle and player controls. If you find yourself having motion sickness, try using a wider camera angle. Turning off blur, turning on the center cursor. Doobity-bop-bop-bow. Whoa. Yeah, it is quite a turn. He hit puberty, right? Oh. Activate the switches. There are 3 ancient switches on the ground. Activate them. We'll earn a reward and unlock a part of the map. Whoop. Switch. Not the Google Chrome symbol. That noise right there when the menu card is open is the same from Among Us. Okay, so we're on Kronos Island. Lot of UI stuff there. Completing challenges to reveal the map will reveal the surrounding areas. Yep. I want that. What is this? What are you? Well, I got you, whatever you are. That one. Ooh. I'm so curious about that, too. Can I know more about this? How do I know more about this? Whoa! That was fun. What a delightful time that was. Unlocked COVID. Oh, no! Oop, what are they? Oh. It totally is. I hear it, Buish. I absolutely hear it. A notification may appear when Sonic is near something new. Pressing down while the notification is displayed to practice the action. Okay. Oh, it meant literally now. Homing attack. Good training. Training can be exited by pressing that. Why not just make it the A button, though? That's fine. It's fine. It's fine, you guys. Come on, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. OMG, I'm drifting. No, Stained! Stained, stay with us! When enemies are defeated, they drop various items such as skill pieces and seeds. Gather enough skill pieces and they will turn into skill points. Oh! As shown in the lower right corner of the screen. These can be used to learn new skills. For those of you that have not heard, this is an RPG. And as you get these little skill pieces, which I'm assuming is that odometer down there, you'll be able to upgrade all of your levels. So currently I'm a level 1 runner. Sonic real slow. That's why I'm walking like this. This is max speed, you guys. I mean, I'm absolutely just full power right now. This is until I start unlocking. I don't think I start going Sonic speed until I'm at like 45. So this is the game for a while. Probably for today's stream, this is how fast Sonic is going to go. I can't go any faster. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is just kind of the life. Okay. Bow, 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 bow. I like this game. I'm a fan of this game. I'm enjoying myself immensely. I want to explore all the things. Whoopsie. Ka-chow. No! I want to go through the thing. Let me go through the thing. What are you talking about? So much has happened. I'm exploring. I'm naturally finding things in the wild. Started slow, then by the game, he's stupid fast. Well, I was also just joshing. Come here. Don't you Naruto run. I love that I can punch. That does not feel like a Sonic thing, but I love it. Look at all these things I can explore. Look at all these things I can do. Bweesh, what are you talking about? Nothing. Nothing, Bweesh. Bweesh. Look at all the exploring that I'm doing. Of my own accord. Uh-oh. I fell. So many coins. Water to find. Look. I did see a 10 coin over here, and I kind of want it, but I don't know how to get to it. No! If you hit X, man, you drop. Oh, oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear. Don't do all that. No! I want it! I want it! You like the controller mapper? Thank you. I'm a fan as well. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Hopefully it'll show you guys that I'm not as bad a gamer as you guys think I am. You can see all the button mashing. No! I knew there was a troll hiding behind there. Yeah! That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. But see, here's the thing though. I'm going so fast, but I want to go see the things. I don't want to finish the game. I want to go see the things. Look at all that! Ooh, do I get like the ring dash thingy? Heh. Yaw! Nope. Okay, I must get it eventually. Bro wants to play a walking sim. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, Bleach. I'll do it.
War. War never changes.
All right. Let's see. Ooh, oh my. Subsonic, the walking sim. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to fight this person, huh? Pow! Oh, ah, ninja! Oh my goodness, ninjas in this game too? First Fortnite gets him? Ugh. Use lock on and defeat the Guardian. Lock onto them with right stick. But you got it. Stop! No! My rings! My rings! My lifeblood! Oh! Whoa! What did I do? My rings! My precious rings! Get me out of here! Get me out of here! How do I get away? No, my rings! I did it. One combo. Oh, there's more! Ah! She teleported! Get away! Get away from me! Get away! How do I dodge? How do I dodge her? Let me get away! Oh, come on. Yeah! Oh, winning. Picking up the portal gear. Guardians will drop a portal gear, and these gears are very important, so don't forget to pick them up. I did it. Man. Ninjas in this game, and now also Portal? What is this? This is a crossover of the century. What is this? Super Smash? Alright. The camera did not help you. No. No. But this is a Sonic game. It's to be expected. This feels... That just is begging to be walked upon, but alright. Ooh, I can spirit. Boom! I kind of forgot about the boost thing until just now. Boom! Wow! Nice. Okay. Boing. All right. I want to know what's in those boxes. I'm gonna need to know what's in here. Just rings. Wow! Okay. Okay. This is fine. Look, I'm fine. Yeah. Nice, dude. Okay. Turn the statue to open the gate. The ancient gate seems to be locked. Turn the statue in front of the gate to proceed. Okay. What's up? I'm trying to grab it. Oh, I see. Oh. Yeah. Wow. Guys, is this Zelda? Because that was a puzzle. I can't believe I even solved it. Nice. So by the time that I get my like running ability and my jumping ability and stuff up, am I going to be able to just like float to the moon? Sonic's Psyloop skill can now be learned. Using the skill points that have been accumulated, as shown in the lower right of the screen, go to the skills menu to unlock it. Yes, the skills menu. Oh. Oh, cool. You get this one. Neato. Yeah, let's do it. Hold Y while moving. Ah, well, I wanted to do it, but you wouldn't let me. Hold Y to run in circle. Be sure to close the circle before releasing Y. By using it in the open field, not only can rings be found, but also memory tokens and seeds, perhaps a rare item as well. Unlimited power. Good down. Good down. Wow. How do I get up to that one? Could it be these boxes? I couldn't imagine. They seem to be hiding them so well. Wow. 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 I'm enjoying myself. M002. Oh, another puzzle, huh? It appears to be on flames. Oh, am I supposed to circle the thingies? The greatest! Gamer! Nice, dude. Oh, wow. Look at all the things. Oh, so many things to do. Oof. But just remember, I won't play God of War because it would take up too much of my time. And yet this, it is for all of the systems. Which surprised people, but apparently it runs pretty good on the Switch. People were doubting. People were haters. They said it couldn't run on the Switch, but I think it's doing okay. For a Sonic game. What's up with that? What was that, though? Okay. Whoa! Like, I want to do that. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Got you. Back we go. Uh-oh. My boys would like this. I mean, I would too, but I'm God of War and WoW till the end of the year. Got you, got you. Psyloop in combat. Some enemies use shield to protect themselves. What's up, Xando? I got your movie game for sure. Ka-chow! That did so little damage to all of you. Truly a negligible amount of damage. Truly not enough damage to be worth my time. Okay. Gachapon!
I asked for pictures of Spider-Man, and all I got was 2 corners for a gachapon.
That's all you get, JJ. Xando, you got a doodle request. Doodle request for you, my friend. Pow. Oh, yeah. Movie game. And your movie game is... Okay. The Rage of Imhotep is reanimated after sacred words are recited from the burn book of North Shore High. The Rage of Imhotep is reanimated after sacred words are recited from the burn book of North Shore High. And also get me your doodle request, and I'll be happy to oblige. Whoa. This is just here? This is just here for drama and posing? Okay. Oh, look, it's an obvious chair. The fact that nobody has called these chairs in any reviews or promotional material is crazy. These 3 chords are going to drive me insane. Yep. What's this?
Use that gear to bridge the gap between dimensions.
It's like a Hillsong song. Oh my goodness. These chords, we're playing the 20th century guitar-based music. The Mum Mean Girls. That's correct. The Mum Mean Girls. Chats in the clap for Xando. Do I do this or do I do all the fun things? There's so many more fun things that I'd like to do. Would you mind if I did the fun things first? What's up, Bats? How we doing? Whoa! What did I do? What was that? Did I just kick an orange? Enter into a posture of worship. Lord Jesus God, we enter into this place with you this evening, and we don't know where everybody's coming from. I just wish. Fleesh is out. Fleesh is out. Fleesh says, nah. We ain't doing that today. All right, Sonic talking to a chair, all like Clint Eastwood. Let's make it happen. Hilarious, dude. Halfway through putting new brake pads on my car. I'll finish up that after lunch. Oof, that sounds exhausting. I feel like my dad taught me to do a bunch of things with the car, but I choose not to do them. Might be my favorite stream ever. Oh, boy. All right. Okay, Google, set a 90-second timer.
1 minute and 30 seconds. And we're starting now.
It's so quiet without the music. It's so quiet without music. I've got to figure out a way to play Spoofy. I'm trying to remember the rest of the scene. I feel like I have like a pretty vague recollection of this moment in history. But I feel like if I add any more, it's going to make him look either too much like Sonic or not enough like Sonic, and it's going to be even more off-putting. A pretty neat way to retract those on my car. Whoa, 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 whoa. In silent prayer. There you go. There is Sonic yelling at the chair a la Clint Eastwood. There you are. Where did that come from, by the way, Xando? Are you thinking about the RNC of whatever year that was? Okay. Where were we? Trembles in worship theologian rage. Pads on the front are way better than discs on the back. None of it is that difficult. I just always am like, or I could just take it somewhere. The chords are back. They're back, baby. Let's see. Xando gets it. What happened to Spoofy? I know, I got to start playing Poofy. You're playing Sonic and talking about how that thing's a chair. It is a chair. It totally is, right? I can't be the only one that thinks it. Play something off Spoofy. Anything but this. What is this? My goodness. The only problem is that I just put some kind of weird chemical into the airstream. Whoop. Poor Bweesh. Every time it plays it, it makes me smile. Just a little bigger. All right. There's clearly something over here that I need to explore before I go do the chair. I don't know. Maybe I got to do the walking thing. Are these low enough that I'll be able to target them? Whoa! Whoa! Ha ha ha! Uh-oh. Whoop. Whoa. Whoa! Nice. Worth it. What is it with open world games and the same 2 or 3 chords nonstop?
It is not enough to make the connection.
Okay.
One gear will not suffice. Hunt down another target and take its gear.
No, I haven't played this game yet. This is the first time I've played it. Ay-ya-ya. Okay. Tower. What is this? Code Lyoko? Well, I'm all about some Code Lyoko. Dodge Guardian attacks. To dodge, finally they teach me how to dodge. Lock onto an enemy with right stick and then press LB or RB. Dodging is faster than normal movement and specializes in avoiding enemy attacks. When in midair, there is no need to lock onto an enemy to dodge. Am I locked on? Is it gonna like... Yeah, there we go. There we go. Ha ha ha! I am locked onto you! Oh, no way! It's like the little sand caterpillars from Mario. A joke about neon white. I got you now. Oh no! Oh, he's small now! Oh no, he's small! Oh no! No, Sonic! Fuck. Oh, I see. Never mind. I thought I saw. What? Come back here, you! Ow! What am I gonna do about this giant tire? Just floating in midair. No! So dramatic.
Use the gear as you have done before.
Every time! Every time! Ooh, now that one was nice. That one went up even higher. Did you hear it? That was pretty cool. Look at those seagulls. Seagulls!
Return to cyberspace as many times as it takes.
Oh, that's a little ominous sounding. Reach the goal, clear with rank S, clear with 80 rings, find all the red star rings. Let's make it happen, Captain. Oh, a little Spanish guitar. We like the classical guitar. That nylon gut. Return to cyberspace until you get it right. Maybe you'll get it eventually. Have you ever seen the dude on TikTok that plays Minecraft OST during the preaching on Sunday at church? Yes. Well, at least I've seen the one that does like all of them. What? What was that? Oh, okay. What is this? RT in the air? Ooh. Whoa! You call me out upon the waters. King Kong 2 Pro is going to be delivered to my house today. New controller vibes. What gave it away? Weesh. If you had to describe this as anything other than a tutorial, what would you say? Am I just supposed to keep going? One could play this OST over the preacher to church. Do it. Nice. I don't know why I had to teleport to the different dimension to do all this, no. What's the point of this? Was that the camera tutorial? Whoa! 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 Oh, I see. So good. This is the hyperbolic time chamber. Dude, it totally is. Whoa, I slide so far. Yeah. Nice, dude. I'm never going to remember all these things. What was that one even? What are the stars for up at the top? What am I supposed to be doing? What? Oh, it is the light dash. Left stick? Ah, so that would have been nice to have known. That would have been really nice to have known. Yeah. Why did they wait this long to tell me this? All right, am I just going to keep going? I'm done with the training. Thank you. I don't know what I just entered into. Okay. Okay, hang on. Never mind. That's fine. I can get behind that. Where are these? Where are these whenever our 2 chords are happening? Where has this been the entire time? Where has this jam been, dude? Whoa! There's got to be an easier way to do that. Whoa! Whoops, almost. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why this soundtrack has been so disappointing until right now. Not D. Oh, good. It put us back into the tutorials. Whoa. So bad. How many do I need, though? Did I do the job? There is an S. There is an S, but how many did I do? How many do I need to keep playing in the open world? Because I like the open world. I got a vault key. Oh my goodness. War. War never changes. We're right back here. The vault was unsealed. It can now be opened with the vault key. Now that is the thing. I wish I could have that music in this world because I really want to play with the open world. Back to DMB land. DMB. Okay, now that's dramatic. Pokemon. We made a bridge. Wow. Wow. So I guess I can have up to 4 vault keys depending on how I do. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. DMB. Speaking of Pokemans, Friday, I can't wait. We're going to be having a special Pokemon stream, don't worry. The real question is how many hours will it be? No! Ah! Whoopsie. Oh no! The stream or the tutorial? What are you trying to guess the link of? How long the stream will be? Ah, I wanted that thing. Ooh. Ah! How good was that? Is that good enough? No. Not good enough. I only need one more red ring, though. Uh-oh, a little early. Oh, come on. I wanted it so bad. Come on, 160 rings. That's way more than 80. Yeah! That's what I was going for that time. Okay, now we've got to get the red rings. We only have one more. One más. Then we'll see if we can actually get an S. There's no way. There's absolutely no way I'm going to get an S. All right. It's fine. Whoopsie. All right, where was it? I feel like it was... I think it was right here. It was right here. Is that the one? Yeah! Gamers! Yeah! It ain't about speed when you get the red rings. Come on. Oh man. No! Don't like it. All right. Now we'll see if we can get that coveted S. Now we shall see. 55 seconds. Okay. Nope. We're not doing it that way. Just go fast. Have you thought about, now let me ask you this, have you considered going fast? Let me just run this idea I've had by you. Have you ever considered what it would be to, say, go fast? No, wrong button. Yikesters, dude. There's our 55 seconds. Go so fast! Ain't no way! Run it back, Jerry! 104. Man, all right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll give it another couple tries. We're doing great. Uh-oh. Did I hit the button? I did. Okay. Gotta get them red ring boosters. Ah! Can't get that timing right. No! Oh, good. Okay, well, that'll do. Ah, no! Man! Those were the ones I were going for. Is those the ones you were talking about? The second section of Riding the Rails? Yes. Man. That ain't my dad. No! Surely I don't have to hit all of them. They wouldn't be quite so unforgiving for an S, would they? Whoopsie. Come on. Don't even know why I'm still trying. I'm gonna go make some lunch. Let me know if the S tiers. We'll probably try a couple more times. We're not gonna just run the stream to the ground. Why? I feel like I'm doing the time so well. Must hit all of them. Always a must. Oh no. Might shed some tears. No, I will not. I shan't. I don't need the S that bad. Oh, I missed it again. No! We'll see if your running theory is correct. I have a feeling it is. I have a feeling it is. Yikes! No! We're probably gonna stop. Yeah, we're gonna stop. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get all four. Might be faster on the rail there. Might set some tears. What's up, Dreamy Kiwi VTuber? Welcome in. We're Checkpoint Church, church for nerds, geeks, and gamers. We are a real life church plant here on Twitch, Discord, and YouTube. For the most part, what we do is we play some kind of Pokemon game on Mondays. Tuesdays, we play some kind of variety game. Wednesday, we talk about our Nerdy Sermon Talkback from the previous Sunday. And then that night, we play some kind of game together every other week. On Thursdays, I play whatever game I'm playing in the morning. And then Fridays, every other Fridays, we sometimes play some kind of variety game. Or we'll do a podcast drop. That's what our stream schedule looks like, Monday through Friday, most weeks. Discord, we're active 24/7, just a community of people encouraging each other, doing good, doing no harm, and striving to grow together. Yes. Also watching Nate be terrible, but being the self-proclaimed greatest gamer. I am the greatest gamer! Get the Chaos Emerald! Am I Robotnik right now? And I am very excited about this game, Dreamy Kiwi. I've been wanting to play this game forever.
Be in a digital dimension.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
Similar constructs in my own systems, but this is markedly more advanced.
I mean, I got 3 out of 4 vault keys, so that's pretty great.
Note to self, don't admit that to anyone.
I'm sorry, Buzz Lightyear. Star Command.
The amount of data stored here defies quantification. But it won't stop me from trying.
No, I don't get to play as him. Man, I thought I might get to play as him. Each portal has its own set of missions. Completing missions will reward Chaos Emerald Vault keys. The current amount of obtained vault keys is displayed in the upper left of the screen. All number required to open the next vault is shown on the map. Well, I would assume just 1 key for every lock, but I guess I'm wrong. All right. What's next? Get the Chaos Emerald. There it is. That's where I need to go. Now that I know the light thing, though, I'll be able to do more things. And I feel like I should go do those things that I can do, but nah. I feel like I should be upgrading more. Should I be upgrading more? Is that a thing I should be doing? I don't want us to know how. Uh-oh. How do I upgrade the things? What was the upgrade menu? Does Sonic make sound? Nate, I want to schedule my special stream in January for you and me to play some It Takes Two. Absolutely. I've got you on the bonus doc. And feel free to ask any further questions if there's any specific thing you'd like to hear. Dreamy Kiwi, I'm always happy to answer any questions you might have. Can I have that thing? I want that thing. How does one go about getting that thing? Because I want it. What's up, Mordecus? How we doing? Level 2 is our first step of people who want to not just be served by Checkpoint, but to serve alongside of what we're doing here at Checkpoint. So a lot of people in the chat here today are level 2 peeps. Exclamation point Discord will bring up the Discord server. About to pull us straight. Is it because of the 3 chords, Zando? Is that why you're about to nap? Or the 3 chords making you nap? Ah! No! Anything but this! It's fine. It's fine, I'm fine. It's fine, I'm fine. It's fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. It's fine. It's just, it took me to this exact spot, and you would think, you know, you would think, ah! Okay. Oh! I gathered Cocoa to strengthen Sonic. These creatures are called the Cocoa. They seem to be lost. Locate the Elder and return them to him. The Elder will surely offer a reward for their return, whether increasing Sonic's speed or ring capacity. Okie doke. Oh, mind if I do. What is this? Cocoa! Access requirement is 0 vault keys. I think I got that. The Chaos Emerald. I'm also in an endless cycle of getting the kids preschool crud and being tired all the time. I feel that. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Dreamy Kiwi VTuber. What are you into? What kind of games do you like? I assume Sonic, since you said you want Sonic Frontiers eventually. That was easy. Chaos. Control! That is a Colossi. We're all going to go ahead and accept that's a Colossi, right? Shadow of the Sonic? Take me deep where Eggman is without emeralds. Okay, from here on out, Sonic is free to explore the islands and gather Chaos Emeralds. Try solving nearby challenges to avoid getting lost. Okay, this will unlock more of the map, show more paths forward in Sonic's journey. The Explorer's Treasure Box has been redeemed. Yeah, it has. Look at all these things. 40 Amy's memory tokens, 10 Chaos Emerald Vault keys, 1 Kronos Island portal gear. Yes, sir. A vault was unsealed, baby. Another vault was unsealed. Wow, look at it go. Oh my goodness. I'm practically supersonic. Look at that. Look at those Chaos Emeralds shooting into the sky, into the abyss. Hello, Coco friends. Can I collect you? No. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right, what are you? What are you, M003? That's never going to get old, right? Do I need to do this? Yeah! No. Locate the red seeds of power and blue seeds of defense strewn about the island. Bring them to the Hermit Coco to raise Sonic's attack and defense. And if I refuse... Nah! I did it! I'm the greatest! Gamer. Koroks are looking fun in this game. They are cute. Using map markers. Okay, yeah, I know how to do that. Mysterious and ancient rails. Okay. Oh boy, where did they come from though? Those were not there moments ago. Am I wrong? It was that easy the whole time, wasn't it? Yo! The camera will be now fixed! What? Okay. I can't believe it was that easy the entire time. Whoa, whoa! Ah! What are you? What are you? Get out of here! What are you? Whom are you? Who are you? I guess I gotta do it when it's not lightning, huh? Say what you will, but Eggman makes this rails get constructed on time. Sure do. Uh-oh, I just saw a welcome to the chat room. Did we get something get messed up? No, no, no. Don't electrocute me. No. He can't reform forever. Yes! The winner is me. All I hear is angry screeching. Can't be me. Mustn't be me. Certainly not. I would never. I would never do such a thing. Oh, there's another level. More D&B. Whoop. Not angry, but passionate. Now that I can respect. Ah! Ah! Aww. Yes! Yes! You fools! How dare you stay in a circle? You fool! Oh my goodness. I've really got to figure out how to do upgrades. There's a great passion for beating his enemies by literally running circles around them. That's right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm all about this. Yeah. Oh. Oh! Oh no! How is Liu Kang doing? No! My rings! My rings! Yes, I've learned how to dodge now, you may notice. I've learned to dodge. Look at me. I was practically born to dodge. Ah! It's exactly how what I imagined Sauron sounded like. It does kind of hurt. I'm learning that everything in this game hurts. Okay. Oh, look at the little stones. What are those called? Ah! What's up, buddy? Do I have to take you on right now, or can we not play? Could we not play right now? I didn't actually mean to see you. Ah, Sura. Already love this channel. Okay, let's see. Well, that's how I do that. That's the only training they're going to give me, isn't it? That's the only training they're going to give me. All right, time to run up a leg. Whoop. Oh, hello, my little friends. I love my little friends. Oh, I want them to jingle. Will you jingle a little song for me, buddies? I can't help but feel like you're looking at me. Guys, is there something behind me? Is there some kind of big guy behind me? Ah, yes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, this game feels good.
Oh man, that's just begging to be climbed. Imagine the view.
No, Sonic. Oh, why is my max 400 now? Wasn't it 900 before? Purple coins are unique coins that are used in purple portals. Collect as many as possible to search for the hidden portals to redeem them. Nice, dude. All right, what's this? Yes! Yes! My gamer senses, man. Oh, look at it. Amy, what are you doing? Is Amy in the computer? VIP status. Wow, Stained. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hey-oh, don't want that. Okay, there are definitely... Are they appearing? Is that what's happening? Are more magic rails appearing as I'm completing things? Could that be what's happening? What does VIP status do? Not much. Oh. Oh. Okay. Hey-oh. There I go. Where did I go? Where did I go? All right, I'm gonna have to get better at that, huh? I'm gonna have to get significantly better at that. Yeah, I was just gone. All right. All right, buddy. Is it left stick or right stick? I can't remember. Yeah. There I go. Aha! Yes. Oh, it is just Shadow of the Colossus. I love it. Yep. Get got, son. Feels good, man. There are other perks, but I don't remember what they are. There's something. There's something. There's something. Whoa! Okay, the music is pretty epic now. The music has taken a turn for the epic. So epic. Uh-oh. And he disappeared. All I get is a gear. I killed a giant. I killed a giant and you gave me a gear? A gear? N gear? All right. Drums and bass. I would like to play, please. 1-3? Where was 1-2? Interesting. Did I miss 1-2? All these synthy sounds, man, they just sound like sticks to me. Okay. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, okay. Ooh. Oh. Oh, it's 2D. Oh, my brain wasn't in 2D mode though. Okay. Okay, man, this is messing with my equilibrium. Man, I'm here for the open world, I'm not gonna lie. I hear you. I'm gonna let you finish. But I'm here for the open world sequence. Time for you guys to see how bad I am at 2D Sonic. Why does he keep sending me that way? Stop this. You did not. You did not. Nice, I got all the rings on the first round. That's pretty good. Wah! What's up? Oh, that's the end of the level. Oh, neato. No, I didn't. I missed the first red ring. Are you kidding me? Hey, B for my first run's pretty good, I'd say. Nice. What they got that I don't got? Oh, what is this? Whoa! Oh, cool. Thank you for your subscription, Dreamy Kiwi VTuber. We do a thing where when you subscribe to the Twitch channel, you get to spin the sub wheel. So let me know which direction, clockwise or counterclockwise, and then on any scale. It can be a scale of 1 to 10. But let me know how hard you would like me to spin the sub wheel. And we'll get you a special prize. Super secret special prize. It's nighttime now. Ooh. Amy Rose!
Amy? Is that you?
Why are you so sleepy, Sonic?
Hello? Is someone there? Help me!
Hang on. Maybe messing with the ruins will fix things.
She can't hear me? Aw, it's a heart. Why is it hearts? I don't love her. We're just friends. Yeah, Tails is also kidnapped. And I can't wait to meet him.
Sonic, are you alright?
Me? You're the one who's only half here.
I feel fine, but that energy that was holding me prisoner went into you.
The power of
I've used the
friendship.
Weird zappy stuff before. Besides, I feel like it gave me some kind of boost.
Well, in that case, we need to get moving.
Clockwise 7, you got it. Once we get past this cutscene, I'll do it.
Good call. I'll scout around and find you later. Deal?
Deal. Be careful.
Careful? Where's the fun in that?
Okay, how do I get to this screen? Because every time it happens, I don't know.
You are the key. Be empowered with this technique.
Okay. Just tell me how to get to that screen. I like that, apparently. It was just the... I swear I've pressed the start button before. A new hand touches the beacon. All right, a 7 clockwise. Let's find out what's inside. 7 clockwise. What's it gonna be? It is the green. Let's find out what the green is. It is a sticker pack. Dreamy Kiwi VTuber, if you want to DM me your address, I will mail you some checkpoint stickers. Oh, yeah. All right, let's go back to our game cap. No. And Sonic. Okay, so what do I need to do here? Phantom Rush. When the combo meter is maxed out, Phantom Rush is activated, resulting in attacks being 1.2 times more powerful. Phantom Rush lasts until the combo meter reaches 0. I want that. Yeah, you don't really have to. You don't really have to. Okay. Oh, wow, look at that combo meter. A combometer. I send those via the Pony Express. I did. Well, how else would you send stickers? Wow! That was wild! Did you see all those Sanics? Oh, that was cool. Dope. All right, I'm about it. I'm about it. Let's see. Air trick. Air tricks can be performed when sparks surround Sonic while he's in the air. Perform air tricks to earn skill pieces. Okay. LT in midair to do a sonic boom. Ha! Like the game. A high-speed kick that unleashes shockwaves. Okay. I'm never going to remember all these things. Oh, nice. Cool. That feels good. Feels good. How else would you send them? How about at all? Yeah? Well, they're fun. That's true. That's true. I should send them. I should. It's almost like I need something that puts me on my keister for an entire week, and I still don't send them. Wild Rush, a high-speed zigzagging attack. LB or RB and X. Or I can do my air tricks. I'm VIP. I can whatever I want now. Oh, I see. Yeah! Way past cool. Way past cool. I love it. I love it, dude. All right. This is fun. You can whatever you want now, and don't let anyone tell you different. All bases belong to us. A stomping attack that swoops down from above. Ooh, I like a stomp attack. Sure. Before your renditions of Oceans, every open world. Stomp! Whoa! Yeah! Yeah! Nice, dude. I love it. This is all I was looking for this entire time, was all these combos. Combo breaks. Is this the entire skill tree? Because this is looking a little shallow, if I may be so bold. I guess, I mean, the point costs eventually cost a lot, but that, I feel like this is not the best. Y plus B when the prompt appears. Nope. Okay. Surely there's a bigger skill tree. Amy's memory tokens. Notably heart-shaped. Which doesn't make any sense because he doesn't love her. Yay, heart tokens. All right. Man, there's so many things I want to do. I'm going to be playing this game so much, you guys. I wish that Pokemon wasn't coming out on Friday because of the fact that I'm going to be playing nothing but that. But in truth, I want to play this. Fast boy! Fast boy! Fast boy! Ah! No! But I was fast boy! Oh, but I was such fast boy. Where'd he go? Oh, that's ominous. I'm gonna need to know more about that. What are you? What are you? Hey, little friends. What's up, little guys? How are y'all? Good to see ya. Okay. There's too many things that are distracting me. Too many things demand my attention right now. And I love it. No! Too far. You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do that. No! Why are you doing such a thing? Pourquoi? Whee! Oh my goodness. I want to explore all of the things. How am I ever gonna not play this game? Oh, it's another thing to be unlocked. Another thing to be seen. It's a Chaos Emerald. The red Chaos Emerald. Yes. Yes. Unlimited power! I was going to work on a video project today, but Unity Hub is hitting some awful bug. Oh no! Oh. Where am I going? Running around at the speed of sound. Running around, running. Almost dying at the speed of sound. Hey, buddy. You look friendly. A lot of eyeballs you got there. Why does that voice sound like Aziz?
I guess that's one of the Titans keeping Amy trapped.
Why are we exclamation point gambaing? Oh no, where'd my controller go? Did it go to sleep?
You leave immediately.
Where'd you come from?
After this cutscene, we'll do a gamba for sure.
Do not approach the Titan.
Sorry, kid, but I've got a job to do.
If we are fortunate, it will destroy you.
He's so big. He's silly big. That's how rocks work. That's how rocks work. Look, you guys, next time you're out and about, just go stomp as hard as you can and tell me that's not what rocks do, okay? Try to find me rocks that don't do that, okay? Got him, 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 got him. He stumped so hard. Oh! Oh, he got me! Oh no! Oh, he threw me! Oh, he threw me so hard! Sonic dead. Sonic's so dead. Have you guys ever thrown a bird? I hope not. But I imagine the bird would no longer survive. Your Snorlax? That's a great RNG. You got that one just totally random. All of the bones in Sonic's body are just crushed. They're just absolutely grinded down to nothing.
Okay.
We're up to Gen 6.
Taking that thing down the traditional way, I'm gonna need the Chaos Emeralds. And maybe a little bit of luck.
Full of powdered bones. All right. Let's do a gamba. Gamba time! Gamba time! We're definitely going to need to turn on Spoofy because this music is so slow. Gamba time. Oh, we also have the results of the poll. Results of the poll are nobody's played Sonic Frontiers. Wow. You guys. All right, so the way Gamba works is I will pull out a card from the Do You Know Me game, and we'll change whatever prompt it is to be about me. And you guys can bet your channel points to try and win big on whatever the question is. I feel like not enough people even know what that is. What does that even mean? Okay. This is fun. Can Nerd Pasternate name 5 of the 7 dwarves? Yes. No. 1 minute on the clock. 1 minute on the clock. Bet your channel points. Can I name 5 out of 7 dwarves? We're going to find out together. Because I have no idea if I can or not. Maybe. I might be able to. I can try. Don't let me down. Post-vid brain? No, this is just in general. I couldn't even tell you the last time I've seen Snow White. So I hope I'm not giving you guys too much hope one way or the other. You've put everything. I've put my entire life on this one. Two seconds remaining. All right. Prediction time is wrapped. We have, holy moly, 25.8K versus 10K. You guys are wild. Okay. Good luck. All right, so the obvious one. Happy, grumpy, dopey, sleepy. And no, I can't say angry because grumpy's one. Happy, dopey, grumpy, sleepy. Is mopey one? Sad is sad one. Is that's as many guesses as I should have. That's as many guesses as I'm going to do. Let's look them up. I'm going to say the answer is probably no. The dwarves are bashful, sneezy. No. Doc. Okay, but I did get happy, I did get dopey, I did get grumpy, and I did get sleepy. I said sleepy. I did not say Doc, nor did I say sneezy, nor did I say bashful. So I'm afraid the answer is no. I cannot. Congratulations to the one person that did win. How do you forget Doc? Dude, I cannot express seriously enough how long it has been since I've seen Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I bet you I've only seen that movie a handful of times anyway. And I would guarantee you the last time I've seen it was 21 years ago. That's going to be my prediction. 21 years ago. That's my guess of how long ago it's been since I've seen the Snow White. I've never even watched it with Nora. I've never shown it to her. All right. Where am I? Oh, I'm supposed to go talk to Amy. Who are you? Congrats to Sneaky. Doc, Nate, Doc. Nope. I don't know. I don't know any of them. Give the Hermit. Honestly, I'm proud of naming 4. I'm pretty tickled with myself. Give the Hermit Coco the red seeds of power to raise Sonic's attack, the blue seeds of defense to raise Sonic's defense. Hello, Mr. Hermit. You look like a friend. You look like a real friend. That's what I thought you'd sound like. At last we meet, Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't think we've met. Just like the Coco, you have touched the digital dream. Unlike most, I know how to listen to it and hear some of its secrets. To hear it properly, though, I must keep to myself. Call me a hermit if you like. It is the path I've chosen. Have you found any seeds in your travels? You mean these things the robots sometimes drop? Indeed. I will unlock their power and pass it on to you. Oh, is Spoofy still on? Spoofy is definitely still on because his music does not sound like Sonic anymore. Shh, Spoofy. Shh. Bring me more seeds and I will give you more power in return. Seeds of power will make you strike harder. Seeds of defense will make you sturdier. That's pretty cool. And so are you, Hermit. Ho ho ho. It all comes from listening to the whispers of the digital dream. You have wells of untapped potential, but I cannot reach them. Dang, know anybody who can? Unfortunately, seek out my sibling, the Elder Coco. They can likely unlock your inner strength. Then come back and see me so I can be sure they did it right. I am tired and return to the dream. Let me rest, child. I'm no kid. I'm 47 years old. I'm an adult. I'm a bona fide adult. What are you talking about? No, it didn't like that. Okay. Why not? Can I not move slowly? I have to move fast? What is this, a Sonic game? No! What is this, some kind of Sonic the Hedgehog? Come on! Come on! Did y'all see that Spam is doing a figgy pudding variety this year? Interesting. I have not seen such. And frankly, I find it strange that you have. Yes! The greatest! Did that not unlock anything? Hello, Mr. Coco. I would like to increase my strengths. It was a good sleep. Oh, you've returned. You need my insight once more. Allow me to unlock some more power. Siege, you've got it. Thank you. Whoa! Power levels raised. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. I'm tired and returned to the dream. Let me rest, child. Okay. This clearly is from Eggman. It actually kind of reminds me of one of those fair rides that spins you around and the centrifugal force holds you to the wall.
Eggman tech. It seems abandoned, though. Still, I better keep on my toes.
I didn't realize I could knock the stones over. Oh, hey, Amy. Look at all of my love! Are you inhabiting that Coco?
Yo, Amy. Who's your friend?
She had so much to say.
This Coco says they need to find their one true love before it's too
Aww.
late. They've been
One true
sure to
love?
express their feelings, but if they don't do it now, they may never get the chance.
Aww.
You got all that, huh?
I feel like the dimension I'm in is translating for me. It's strange, but feels natural.
Well, you always had a knack for weird insights. Who am I to argue?
What a weird thing to say, Sonic.
Well, don't you worry. We'll reunite you with your lost love.
I would think we've got more pressing issues, but again, who am I to argue?
Also, based on our Discord convo, this headline: a police officer entered Clyde Cooper's barbecue after a customer called 911 because her barbecue was pink. Almost like pork looks that way, huh? Can't be. No! So close! Hey, it's you again. Throw it again, Kyle. Not saying her name was Karen, but... Oh, come on. Why didn't you throw it as far that time? Bye. So can I run up this wall? Because it was definitely teaching me how to wall run earlier. You! Who are you? Who is that? How can I be your friend? I want to be your friend! Sonic respects historical sites. Ah! Okay, gonna have to figure out what that guy's deal is. Ah! Who are you? Oh, I see. Now. What's up, Amy? I have so many hearts to give.
You hanging in there, Amy? Is your condition, well, I don't know, uncomfortable?
It's certainly unsettling. But it makes a big difference being able to at least talk to you.
So many hearts to give and none of them yours. I had to find all these hearts.
See or hear anything clearly. It was like looking into a kaleidoscope that was always shifting.
Well, that is what kaleidoscopes do.
If I was coming, going, or moving at all, I'd have gone crazy if you hadn't gotten me out.
You're tough. I know you'd have hung in there.
There's that dragon thing.
Still, I'm glad I could get you out. And I'm not gonna stop until you're back to normal.
Amy's in the metaverse. Amy's in VR chat. As Amy. Mark Zuckerberg won't let her go. He just gave her legs. All of my rings? Yes. Got another great YouTube comment. He kind of looks like Walter White. All I'm saying is I've never seen the two of you in the room together, you know? Whoa! Whoa! That's not at all what I wanted. Oh, nice. The greatest. Whoop. Gamer. Oh, I see. This is another way to get where I was. Understood. Her hair is pink, therefore she's in the metaverse. Boing. The metaverse. How do I jump that high? How do I jump that high? Okay, so I did that. I did that puzzle. Oh, look at these little points. Yo! Yo! I got sparkles! Too bad. I died. Lock on! Homeboy! Homeboy! No, not oxygen. You. What are these? What are these? My goodness, there's so many of them. It's a solar farm. you.
You are not good.
Oh no. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know this that part of the game was locked. My bad. So fast. I still haven't figured out how to do these like treasure chest ones. Does it mean I need to do this? It do. Okay, well now I feel like I need to go back to all those things and do them again. Ooh, okay. No! Yes! Thank you, Glitchy Sonic. Thank you. Thank you, Glitchy Sonic. We appreciate you. Yo, no! 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 Man! I can't do anything here? That was so many. Ah! You again! I thought you were dead. I thought you were gone. But you aren't dead at all. By golly, it's as if you're still alive. Where is my colossi? No! Oh, I thought I might be able to do it. Ah, no! Yes! Why? Why would I want to climb this wall? How is a hedgehog this powerful? That's what Eggman has been asking himself forever, man. No! Why? No! Stop this! No! I need rings! Have you seen the power of friendship, though? No! 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 End this! No! 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 Keep it. Keep it. Lay it down. Yes. Another one. Goodbye. We'll miss you. I'll take that. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Ooh, what is this? Oh. Green Lantern's light. Beware my power. Oh, no. 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 Not that. Anything but that. Not a timer. Where does it even start? Can I start over? Can I start over, please? Let me start over. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for this. Ah! Oh no! Oh no, oh no. How on earth did I make it? I gave them such a handicap. Does every island have the Chaos Emeralds? For real? That's not Amy! That's not Amy! Who am I giving these to? Objectively not Amy. That is the child.
Oh, don't you think that Titan was kind of overkill?
You are an enemy to be eliminated, and you are powerless compared to its might.
Maybe as I am, but I'm willing to bet I could handle it as supersonic. All I need are the chaos.
Who is this Kingdom Hearts antagonist?
In any scenario, the end results will not change. Additionally, what you seek is in its presence. You've lost the battle before it has even begun.
It does give off a lot of Kingdom Hearts vibes, doesn't it? Oh, hello, friend. Am I supposed to collect all of you? No! No! Not kind. Thank you. Thank you for all the hearts. Wink. See, this is why we explore. This game is encouraging exploration, and we're here for that. We're here for that. Ooh, hello, little buddy. Good. Ah! Ah! Thank you. Good to meet ya. Just gonna slowly, steadily go up this way. No need to rush anything. No need to rush. Wow! I'm fine. Wait. Okay. Now. We're going to take it nice and slow. Cha! Whoa! Feels good. You guys little buddies? Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Amy! Have these hearts. I have so many of them. An excess of hearts.
How you feeling, Amy? I mean, what's it like being all ghosty?
Honestly, I don't feel that different since you helped clear my mind. I guess it feels.
She sounded just like Lisa Simpson there. Oh my gosh.
Attached? Have you ever flown around in a dream? Like you're lighter than air? That's what it feels like to me anyway. I just wish I could finally land and be whole again.
Yeah, hang in there, Amy. I'll figure something out.
Yay! D&B! Oh yes, I would like some drums and or bass. Could I have some drums and or bass, please? Running around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Get that combo record, baby. Can we do it? Can we get 100? Yeah, boy. The greatest gamer. There's Hippa Ben. Uh-oh, 2D level again. Nope, never mind. Not 2D. Was this going to be a Generations blended style here? No! All these songs sound like a Dance Dance Revolution like menu selection. Every last one.
Choose your song. Dance, dance.
Revolution! No! Oh, it's all I wanted. It's all I wanted was to land on that rail. Almost all of them. I got the rings, though. I got 2 vault keys. What do you guys think I'm supposed to do next? Am I supposed to talk to Amy? I'm noticing a trend. I feel as though I'm noticing a trend of some sort. I love those little guys. They're great. Oh, Amy, you got some splaining to do. Hey, I have so many hearts for you. Here are all of the hearts I have. Here is my love for you. You're welcome. Oh, is this the true love? Am I helping with the true love? Oh no!
Sonic, over here. This poor mother says she's lost her children.
Oh.
Can you
What happened to the true love?
Sure thing.
Sure thing. His voice is so low. There's no way his voice is that low. Guide the Coco back to their mother while avoiding their bombs. What? Getting it 3 times will fail the quest. Boosting and dodging are not available. Look at the classic Sonic. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, I'm hurting them. Ah! I'm somewhat of a shepherd myself. Whoa! That's quite the gift. Bring it. How's that look? Don't mean mug me, mama. Aw, she happy. Sonic got moves. Sonic bringing it. What is happening?
Okay. We'll keep looking.
Did Mama just die?
Sonic, they act like none of that happened.
Do you even know what that was?
I don't.
No, but I got a sense of completion, comfort.
Weird. Now let's keep moving. I want to wrap up our time.
Sonic's like, I'd like to get out of here, actually. How do you make something cute and traumatizing? That was Pella Magi Monica Pella Magi Monica Magica out of nowhere. That was wild. That was absolutely uncalled for. Out of pocket. Yo. I think I got them all. Well, my controller keeps locking up on me. Yo! Okay, cool. Oh, it's that guy again. Sir Topham Hat. Come here, Sir Topham Hat. Something dies, Sonic. Are we done here? I gotta get home. I'm hoping for some chili bags. Puella, Magi, Modica, Magica. Magi, Modica, Magica. Puella, Magi. There's definitely 4 words. There's another Magi in there. Oh, I got out of there in time. I hit the LB. The Modica Magica of the Puella Magi variety. That one. Okay, what could this be? Yeah. Oh! Cool. Okay, but it didn't answer any of my questions, actually. A training simulator, thank you. Salute. Is that the training that I need? Doesn't feel like the training that I needed. Are we sure? Are we sure that's the training I needed? Puella, Magi, look at how many of them! My children. My children. All right, sopranos. Sopranos, your note is up here. And basses, your note is down here. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Ah, yes. How the thing do. What a fool I would have been to have not assumed that was what that would do. Oh! What are you then? Unnecessarily convoluted name, honestly, and a mystifying mixture of languages. Well, it is a mystifying mixture of genre, so, you know. It'll do. Oh, nice. I can see so many things. Look at all of the things I can see. So there's another Chaos Emerald over there. But there's a chair right there. Chair time! Yeah! Purple coins. Yup! Come here. Have I earned you? One four. We get the idea. We get the idea of that, don't we? I don't need this. I don't need this. Homing attacks are not possible when on the grind rail. Heyo, what? Green Hill Zone. Yo! Yikes. I didn't know if that was a hill. Yikes! No! That's not many coins either. I guarantee I didn't meet the coin quota. Well, prove me wrong. Are you kidding me? Hello. Good morning, S rank. Good to have you. Welcome in. Welcome in, buddy. Wasn't expecting that. I thought I did pretty poorly. Thought I did pretty rough. Yeah, definitely gonna have to go back on my own time and play through these and get all the things. All the things shall be mine. A vault was unsealed! I think every island has 7 Chaos Emeralds. That is wild to me. What an interesting way to have done this game. I mean, I'm here for it. It's just not really the habit I'm used to with Sonic games. So, spoiler alert, I guess, for those of you that are going to watch our nerdy sermon this Sunday, but it is on Sonic Frontiers. And I mentioned a theory of my own at one point, and I talk about how, not really a theory, but more of something I would be tickled pink to see in this game, because all these characters seem so like humongous compared to Sonic, like the giant chairs and all that sort of stuff. And this is where the Chaos Emeralds came from. And so I thought, how cool would it be, or at least it's where Master Emerald came from, thought how cool would it be to see like one of these giants grab one of the Chaos Emeralds and just like grind it to dust in their hand. What a Thanos power move, you know? We'll never see it. It's never going to happen, but sure would be cool. I can't be the only one that thinks so. Bats, I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you're still here, first off. But if you're still here, I don't know if you saw, but there is a new Game Pass game that you might want to play. Gosh, what is it called? It's a murder mystery. Literally came out today. It's gonna bug me until I remember what it's called. Pentiment. Pentiment. Yep, the one that starts with the P.
You again?
Submit. Your reckless actions endanger the world.
Care to explain how saving my friends is a bad thing?
You are an enemy combatant. I will not share data with you. What is wrong with you? Sonic would never endanger anyone.
The art style looks cool. It does look very cool, and a 10 out of 10 at IGN
One true love.
always gets my attention.
Love. An emotional status too vague and varied in its definition. You are both too ignorant to be helped.
Ugh. Oh.
What was that girl?
Aside from being a pain, no clue.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten over the whole random little rock creature dying in front of me thing. I'm still not really cool with that. Hello, seagull. Seagull. Oh, come on. I gotta be so early on dodging these things. I was like, let's get out of here. I don't care a thing about this culture. Death's weird. Get me out of here. Way past death. Way past get me out of here, dude. I don't like being here. No. No. A hamster wheel? Sonic, don't debase yourself this way. So interesting how it fills in the map. Just these little chunks at a time.
These look like homes? I wonder who used to live here.
How do you figure? How do you figure these look like homes, Sonic? I gotta be real with you, my buddy. If I saw these out in the wild, my first guess wouldn't be, man, it looks like homes. Sonic is not here for moral support. What do I look like?
Chaos Emerald. Yes. Yes, the yellow emerald. Give it to me. Slowly but surely. Supersonic.
7 vault keys. That's so many. Wow. Okay. Hello, Amy. Do I have the hearts I need for you? I always do.
So, something's been bugging me about these ruins. The whole reason we came was because Tails detected the Chaos Emeralds were drawn here, right? And now I'm finding digital keys and confinement towers that seem custom-made to hold the emeralds. Like half this stuff was built with them in mind.
Maybe the ancients used the Chaos Emeralds in the past. We've learned of other past civilizations who did too.
I think they made them.
Those tried to use them. And the stuff here seems all about containment.
Maybe they knew something about their power that we don't. The Chaos Emeralds are still pretty mysterious, even after all we've done with them.
Ooh, I want it. I can't have it. Treasure chest. Ka-chow. Give me them rings. You know what I love about this, though, is that I haven't even had to check the map once. I have no reason to check them out because I'm just enjoying exploring so much. Ooh, treasure chest. That's tricky. Or is that this thing? It looks like a treasure chest. Ooh, all of them, huh? Bye, Dreamy Kiwi VTuber. Hopefully you'll be able to join us. We'll be back again tomorrow morning talking about our nerdy sermon from last week. From last week because we didn't stream one this Sunday. And then we'll be back tomorrow night with some kind of game. But it was nice meeting you. Appreciate you. Thank you for the follow and checking things out. Where's that? Slowly but surely. Oh, come on. I didn't get the warning bolt that time. Hey, Amy. Here's more hearts for you. Always with the hearts.
Something wrong?
They say their Amore was stationed on the far side of the field. This is the field.
I'm not seeing a lot of farming going on.
Maybe, if you use that new technique of yours, you can clean up all this wild brush.
You got it. Can do. Spring is in the air. Remove weeds with Psyloop and reach 7,000 points before the timer runs out. Watch out for the bees! The bees! Avoid them by luring them towards flowers by using quick Psyloop on seeds to make them bloom. The bees! Oh, come on. No! No! What am I supposed to be doing? Am I really just be circling these things a bunch of times? Oh, can I circle all of them? I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. I'm way far away. All this grass is what I'm supposed to be cutting, isn't it? Oh, I'm so dumb. Can I retry? I'm the dumbest. I was like, something about this is not right. No! No! Oh my goodness, how am I so bad at this? No! No! I can't see the bees. I can't see them! How am I supposed to see the bees? They're so far away. No! No! Holy moly, that was unbelievably challenging for me. I feel like such a dummy. But I got a Chaos Emerald. Yeah, we got moves. Is she just gonna fall over and die again?
This used to be farmland, huh?
Yes, they make it sound like it was abundant. But now...
Dude, she sounds just like Lisa Simpson.
It's grassy.
Yup, but I've seen this kind of recovery in areas Dr. Eggman damaged. Something ruined this land, and it's barely begun to recover.
Then we need to make sure it has plenty of time to heal.
Right.
Quick turnaround between those
Path of
cutscenes.
the Hedgehog. I want constant updates.
Yes, sir.
She's working for him, huh?
And keep looking for a way to get me out of here.
I am evaluating all safe options.
Keep up the good work, Sage.
Sage!
Doctor.
Sage is a good name. Another of these. Easy peasy. Whoa! What am I doing? How do I get away from that mode? No! 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 Why did you do such a thing? Why would that be an option? No! No! Why would that even be an option? I literally just said how easy peasy this was. Don't touch it. No, don't touch it! I said don't touch it! Whew. That was silly. Yay! I'm 2 emeralds away. Holy moly. Guys, I'm just so good at this game. What are you? Treasure chest. Ooh! Don't mind if I do. Oh. Another challenge. I like the open zone a lot. Gotta be real with you guys, I like the open zone a lot. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with them? Am I supposed to, like, claim them? Yep. That would have been nice to have known. Another one? Where was the last one? Where was it? Nice. Feels good. Too easy. Coco and Elder Coco. Go and find and bring Coco to the Elder Coco. You'll raise Sonic's top speed and maximum ring capacity. Go to the Hermit Coco to change how these upgrades are set.
Hello there, little fella. Aren't you? The name's Sonic.
The name's Sonic's, and that says it all. You don't seem like the rest of those little mascots.
We're called Coco, and we've endured since ancient times. My name has been lost to time, so please simply call me Elder Coco. It has been my job to look after all the little ones, but over time I've lost track of so many. Sonic, may I ask you to return my charges to me?
Sure thing, Gramps. If I see any while I'm helping my friends, I'll bring them back to you.
Ah, true hero. I will happily reward you for your efforts. Let me see. I can do two things for you. Increase your speed or raise the maximum capacity of your rings.
Cool. Let's do it to it.
Yes, you've already brought back so many safely, so shall we begin? What shall we start with?
Speed. Way past cool. Please tell me I don't have to do these one at a time.
I've sped you up. No such thing as too fast, right? Anything more?
Way past cool. Here we go. Was that all I got? That wasn't many. I definitely had more Coco than that. Come here, Coco children. Coco children. I know I had more than two of you. Weird. I know I had more than two Coco children. Well, that seems very ominous, doesn't it? Gee whiz, I wonder if they could want me to go into the giant tower in the center of everything. Tower. Code Lyoko time. Where's Odd? Yikes. Man, that tire really gets you. Yo, what? Nice! Thank you for the gear. Ooh, and a special bouncy bounce. Boink. Whoa! Where am I? Okay. Neato. What? Where am I supposed to go? No! 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 Okay. How do I climb? Ooh, what an ominous place. Sense the enemy's attack. When an enemy is about to attack, a visual effect will appear running between Sonic and the enemy. Man, one hit KO for all of them, huh? I'm so strong. And only 16. I'm only at 16 power and I'm one hit KOing. They might as well give up while they're ahead. Wonder what is the point of rings? So far I haven't really, like, needed them. Uh-oh. Hey! Cool. Love how just my random exploration took me to the right spot after all. Give me your little Korok buddy.
The Chaos Emerald is mine!
Only one left, right? Yes!
I am extending the range of my control, but I can still only command a few of the Ancient's relics at a time.
Commendable. But what about finding me a way out of this digital dimension?
I have run 1,700,050 simulations. There is no scenario.
Okay, Dr. Strange.
From cyberspace.
Unacceptable. Keep looking. Make it your #1 priority.
But keeping you safe is my priority.
Aw, Sage. Now I'm kind of sad for her. What am I supposed to be doing? What am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? What is this mystery thing that's happening to me right now? Aw, cheap. Cheap. Okay. Hope Sonic is going well. Been lurking. My work meeting went nearly an hour over. Oh my goodness, that's a long work meeting. It's going great. I'm enjoying it a lot. I enjoy the open zone way more than everything else. Open zone has definitely been my favorite part so far. I don't know how other people feel about the open zone, but it's definitely my favorite part. Oh, hey. Oh, I see. I just straight up left and was like, I need lunch. Yeah, you do. You do need lunch. It's way past lunchtime. Way past school. Though I still think they have ultimately continued to miss the ball on what people want with Sonic Adventure. I don't know why they refuse to give us Sonic Adventure. What I really want from a Sonic Adventure game is to play other characters than Sonic. I don't understand why they won't let me be other people. I would love to be my boy Tails again. I miss him.
Don't get too far ahead.
Maybe we should just let them wrap it up on their own.
We have to see this through.
We still haven't found Tails. We've been wrangling children and taking detours the whole way.
Are you telling me you would leave behind someone in need?
No, but I'm also worried about you. You can't help anyone if you're stuck in limbo.
All right. Then hurry up and save me too so we can find Tails.
My hope is that this is the foundation of a game. We'll get a sequel that builds off of this. There's a lot going on. I feel like that's potential, but falls short of being great. Very interesting. We shall certainly see. I'd be very surprised, but maybe. I don't know if it's done well enough to have warranted a sequel, unfortunately. But I love the open zone style. I love what they've done with Sonic. He feels good. I didn't want to hit him. I didn't want to hit him. Why did he get his energy back? I didn't mean to hit him. I just wanted to jump up and then hit him in a second. Goodbye. See ya. Whoopsie. Fishing? Is it time for fishing? Yay! I've been wanting to fish this whole time. Big the cat. Big the cat. Yes, my boy. Boogie. Let's see him. Let's see him. Let's see the boy.
Hey, Sonic.
Hey, Big.
Here to fish too?
I have never been here.
Big, what are you doing here? How did you get here? What even is here?
was looking for fishing spots and wound up here. So now I'm fishing.
Of course you are.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to detense for a second.
Do you know how to fish?
I want to know.
Teach you if you
I really want to know.
Hey, you've got a bite. Sonic, I'll leave it to you to pull it up. Can you see the red ripples? When the white ripple overlaps with the red one, lift your rod up quickly.
Oh, yes! I hooked a Medaka. I got a token! What does it mean?
Wow, awesome! You've caught it already.
I love the lo-fi. Are you kidding me?
Nice catch, Sonic. I'll trade you a token for any fish you catch. If you get plenty of tokens, I'll trade them for some of the treasures I found.
He's not. His mouth is not moving.
Tell me what you want. Froggy really likes those purple coins.
Oh, okay.
Give me one, I'll let you borrow my rod again.
Purple coins. So that's what the tokens are. Okay. I'm going to be fishing, yes. Biggest psychic. Confirmed. Oh, dude, that's so cool. Wow! Wow! I got a marlin! He's so big! Are you kidding me? Oh, I love this. I can't handle the lo-fi. Are you kidding? What even is this lo-fi? Whoa! Big can't even believe what he saw. Holy moly. Yeah, I could do this for a while. Oh, it's pretty. Nice yellow carp. I'm getting way more tokens than I thought I would at a time. Aw, it's a poison dart frog? What was he doing in the water? Get him out of there. Mm-hmm. It's Elder Coco's scroll. There are some bonkers things in the water. Scrolls can be obtained while fishing. These scrolls unlock fast travel to the Elder Coco and Hermit Coco, but only for the island they are obtained from. There's a fishing spot on every island. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. What am I going to do? My life. My every minute is about to be consumed with this game. Maybe I'm glad that Pokemon is coming out on Friday because it means that I might not, whoopsie. Because it means that I won't play nothing but this for the next several weeks. Whoa, look at those fins. Flying fish. I need another gold card. Remember whenever I said that the open zone was my favorite? I think this might be my favorite. A tadpole? I don't even know if they can do that. I don't know if tadpoles can even bite. Oh, wow. Another gold card. Ooh, a crayfish. That ain't no crayfish. That's a lobster. If you see a crawdad that big, you need to run. You're living near a nuclear plant. Whoa! I got a chopper. I didn't even know that was what those were called. Whoa! He's so metal. Ooh, just a ring. This might just be the rest of the stream, you guys. Because I'm loving this. Wow! A stingray? Look at that 3D model. Why does it look so good, though? They didn't have to go this hard. Another scroll. Aww. It's a red can. That's a lot of points for a red can. That's trash. They are definitely anti-litter in this game. Now that I'm seeing all you can get fishing, I've definitely been missing out. I mean, I'm enjoying this as much as the rest of the game. What? What does that even do? What was the spring doing in the ocean? Or in this pond, I suppose. Oh, it's another shiny one. What? Whoa! 3? Oh! 3 in a treasure chest. That's crazy. A squid. Normal. These are all very normal pond fish, you guys. What? What do these mean, though? What do these mean? If I get them, are they in the game? Can I use them? Another can. This is a silver can. Oh, just a tin can. Can a matchbox? No, but a tin can. Ooh, it's a sparkly. The Nickmo redeemed 1 minute mystery or trivia. Which would you prefer, my friend? Mystery or trivia? Maybe the shop changes based on what you've caught. We'll find out soon. Of course, I have no frame of reference because I didn't go in the shop yet. Whoa! Whoa! It's so big! Is that the biggest tire ever? Or is Sonic just real small? Dealer's choice. All right, the trivia is definitely better than the mystery. So we'll go with trivia. Ooh, a koi. All right, the way that this works is I will read off the trivia question, and you will have until I count to 15 to type the answer in the chat. That's to try and make sure that the stream lag is not too awful, okay? Oh, this is, if it's maybe very easy. This might be an incredibly easy one. Okay, the question is, I'll read it twice and then I'll count to 15. How many valves does a trumpet have? How many valves does a trumpet have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 3 is in the chat, and that is correct. Chats in the clap for Nick Mo. 3 valves and a trumpet. Correctamundo, my friend. You got it. Welcome to the chat, by the way. We're just fishing to some lo-fi right now. Pretty much all I've ever wanted from a Sonic game. Whoa! Barracuda? In this climate? I've only got 3 more coins. Oopsie. I like it, very relaxing, right? It's really nice. I wasn't expecting to like this section quite as much as I do, but I'm really digging it. Whoa! An anglerfish? Holy moly, what a pond. Don't go swimming here. I don't know if I'm ever going swimming in a pond again. Man, now I just want to go collect all the purple coins and just do this forever. A seahorse, dude. Sonic has gone too far.
You don't have any coins? I bet there's more back on the island. Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Okay, so the things that I can buy. A portal gear, an egg memo, red seed of power, blue seed of power, 20 lost cocoa, 100 rings, 50 skill pieces. Wow. And I can view the Fishopedia. What are the voice logs? What does that even mean? How interesting. Now I have so many questions about the voice logs. What could that even be?
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Oh, an egg memo. Well, let's buy one.
Would you like to try?
Some force is keeping me from exiting cyberspace. Is it because my AI made unauthorized access to the databases? If so, that's the exact opposite of what it was supposed to do.
Would you
Okay.
like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
So interesting. I'm going to go find every purple coin that exists, and I'm going to fish until the day I die. I'm going to fish every single fish out of that pond, and you better believe it. I love that Big is there. Okay, so fast travel is unlocked. That's super nice. I guess I should probably save. And get all these cocoa. Yeah, I'm pretty obsessed. I'm pretty obsessed. I would say this is a good game. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Ooh, what is this? How do I get up there? How though? But how? I still want to know what you are. Squid! He's a baddie? I thought he was nice. When squid raises its barrier, surround it with a psi loop to break it. Got in the meeting. What? What? Squid! I want to know so much more about you! Tell me more! I have so many questions. Are we engaged in combat? No! Come here, squid. How do I engage you in combat? Oh, like this. Oh, this is rad! I'm so scared about staying. Ah! Ah! Oh! How do I catch up to him? Yikes! Ah! How do I ever catch up to him? He's so fast. This is super cool. What a great battle sequence. Ah! Ah, no! Oh no, I have no rings. How do I ever catch up to him? Feels like I'm making no headway. Am I supposed to be doing something? Is there some kind of like... way I can reflect his hits back at him or something? Hang on, I'm definitely catching up. Yes! Yes, dude, but I have no health. Oh, man! Come on! That was so cool! But I didn't see any rings. I want it. I want it more than anything I've ever wanted in my entire life. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here, squid. Here, where's your tail? I'm fighting you, buddy. It's happening. This time we're going to do it, and then we're going to end stream. Come here, buddy. No! No! My rings! I need rings! I'm not going to be able to beat him without rings, dude. Ah! No! I need rings. I need more. I've got to take him down. Come here, squid. Come here. That was uncalled for. I'm taking this guy down. Oh, bogus. Absolutely bogus. I can't beat him if I don't have rings. I can't beat him if I don't have rings. Why are there no rings? Why you ain't got no rings on your back? Come on. Come on. And it takes so long for him to get over here. Okay. I just have to do it without getting hit. Which is easier said than done. All right, come on. Come on. Come on, pumpkin. No, no, no. Yes. No! Yes. Stop it. I appreciate it, Nick Mo. I'm not going to the left, even though I'm hitting left bumper. That is worrying me. That's worrying me a little bit. Okay. Oh, I can't see. The sun was like glaring off of it. Oh, he's going to go around the circle again before I even get the chance. I wonder if he stays engaged. Like, I wonder if I can hop down and get more rings, you know? Yikes, no! I needed those rings! Man! What am I gonna do? Hi-yi-yi. I only have time for one more try. Pretty much as soon as he kills me this next time, I gotta stop. Dude! Ah, no! We gotta call it. Man, that is so irritating. Why do they not give me an opportunity for more rings on him, dude? They've got to give me a chance to get more rings. Ah, that's a bummer. All right, folks, we gotta call it because I just can't play forever. Ah, that's such a bummer. I finally got to the guy and I don't have time. I should have tried. If only I hadn't fished. Why did I have to fish so long? But I loved it. All right, folks, we are Checkpoint Church for nerds, geeks, and gamers. We're streaming every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every other Friday. This week, we have another stream tomorrow morning talking about our latest nerdy sermon, which I believe was on Chainsaw Man, because we took last week because I got sick. I'm 99% certain. Let me check before I say anything more. Oh, no. No, it is on Blue Lock. Okay, so we're going to talk about Blue Lock tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow evening, we're going to play some kind of game together. We're thinking maybe Among Us VR. I don't have that set up, so I really can't verify too much about that. But we'll play some kind of game together, whatever that looks like. Thursday morning, we'll play probably more Sonic. Or we might play a game for Impact. And then Friday is Pokemon, so we're going to be playing some Pokemans. And then the weekend. So if you want more of what Checkpoint Church has to offer right here, right now, then ! Discord in the chat, as Sneaky just dropped, will give you a link to our Discord. That's where all the best stuff is happening. That's where we're hanging out 24/7. Always cool stuff going on there. And with that, we're going to call it. Folks, we believe 3 things to be true about every single one of you out there. Number 1, we believe that God loves you, like really, really loves you. Number 2, we love you. We want community with you. That's what we're doing here. And number 3, we believe that you, yes, you matter. You are a person of sacred worth. The world is a better place. Why? Because you are in it. Folks, with that, we're going to go raid Bonsai Baby. If you would go spam a bunch of you matters in the chat of Bonsai Baby, playing some Disney Dreamlight Valley. So I'll go ahead and spam a bunch of you matters. Hope to see you guys soon. Hope you'll be able to join us again for tomorrow morning stream or tomorrow evening stream, and we'll catch you around there. All right, folks. Until then, bye-bye!